Hi everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here, with another episode of Test Pack Please Ignore 2. So at the end of my last episode, I had been working on a bit more bees, been trying to get the inoculator set up, got the bacterium vector in place and the apiary serum, but after doing a bit of reading, I found out that with this particular version of the mod, you can't actually use the inoculator on bees such as like princesses or drones. You have to use them on something called larvae. So we have a look at larvae. Here we go. So these are added in by forestry. I'm not sure if any are added in by extra bees, but basically to produce these we need alvearies, and to make alvearies we need royal jelly and pollen clusters and even more royal jelly. So as you can see, I actually managed to get the Imperial Queen. Got it twice actually, which is quite cool. So I got the two purebred Imperial Princesses. Because they work considerably slower than the Industrious one, I've basically just got them, I got two of them running, whereas I've only got the one Industrious line going to produce the pollen cluster, and they already had a head start. So I'm just going to let them run for a little while. We're still not ready to make alvearies yet, as I've got hardly any raw jelly. We're going to need something like at least a couple of stacks of this to even consider getting started. So yeah. We're going to take a break from the bees today, and there's something I fancy looking at, and that is Flax's steam power. Here we go. Flaxbeard steam power, sorry. This looks like a pretty fun mod. It looks interesting. It's kind of like using steam power to make some cool things, and the things I'm most interested in are the weapons. They look kind of awesome. You can make like a rocket launcher, concussive rocket, a mining charge. So yeah, I fancy giving this a go. It's one of those mods where we get a book to help follow us along, similar to like Britannia or Thorncraft. So we're going to try and make that first of all. So let's dive in. Where was I looking at? I was looking at wherever the book's gone. There we go. The esteemed innovation. So we need to make ourselves a book, and then we should. There we go. So we've got zinc ore and copper gravel ore, because all the copper ore gets automatically processed by the ore processing system. Which, is that still running? Yeah, it's still going. What we're doing at the moment, lead at the moment. So there's aluminium in here. There's lead running through all the way through, and yeah. So we're producing quite a lot of ingots. So I want to go to the hub, don't I? There we go. So we now have the Esteemed Innovation book. So was it Control-click to go to information? Can we just open it? Esteemed Innovation, a brief guide to steam power. So there's some recent creations. So obviously we can flick to them real quick. Or we've got the basics. So right, so okay, I think we need to click to certain things. So what do we want to do then? So we've got things like metal casting. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder if that's similar to something like Tinker's Construct, something like that maybe. We've got gadgets. And we've also got steam power. So I'm wondering if I can use some of these kind of steam things to run a big turbine. That's what I'm interested in, finding out how much steam it can produce and whether or not it's compatible with big turbines. Because if it is, I may use it to run a couple of big turbines along with something like maybe some Railcraft steam boilers. I'm fairly sure Railcraft's in this mod pack. Let me just have a quick look. So yeah, Railcraft is in this mod pack, so we'll be looking to make maybe some steel tank walls to make steam boilers at some point. But yeah, let's get going with some Flaxbeard. So we can even make an exosuit. Fair enough, this looks fairly interesting. Wonder what the exosuit does. I'll be interested to find out, put it that way. But let's get going with the basics. So let's have a quick look at the preface. So I've decided to delve into the fantastical world of steam technology. I created this spiffy journal to record my exciting discoveries. Anytime I stumble upon something new, I'll jot it down lest I need it later. Okay, so there's the Esteemed Innovation book. Interesting. So ores. While delving in the depths of this world, I found many deposits of zinc and copper. These rather curious metals have no obvious special uses, but I'm sure that I'll be able to find uses for them in future. And we've got bits and bobs. So here I will document various components I may need for crafting. So we've got brass piston, okay. Plating a piston assembly, so piston and a pipe. Increases its durability and making useful applications within the steam apparatus. And we've also got a turbine as well, so that is a brass nugget surrounded by some brass. Now, I probably want to make some brass, which is zinc and copper. Now, let me have a quick look at zinc. So we've got 274 of that, but what can I actually do with it? Let me have a quick look. Is that included in another one bites the dust? It is. So potentially I could add this into my ore processing setup. Just right click on it. So yeah, I could put it through a So I'm looking for a enrichment chamber or a purification chamber. That's pretty cool. So let me just add that into there. For now, I'll probably take like half a stack and smelt it up a different way. But let me just go and add this into this. I would if it wasn't already completely full. So is there anything I don't particularly need smelting up right now? Probably osmium, as I'm kind of finished with mechanism for now, really. I'll probably need it later on once I get once the pack gets upgraded. I'll definitely be looking to make myself a mechanism fusion reactor. Definitely something I want to get into. So I'll probably need quite a bit of osmium then and quite a bit of resources, but we'll get to that in a good due time. But let's actually just process up some zinc or an alternative way for now. So first of all, just run it through the pulverizer, and then we'll run it through probably my alloy smelter. So can I have this? If we go configuration, I'll have it exporting to the right, like so. So it should go into my alloy smelter. Excellent, which it is. And then it will just smelt up here, and we'll get some zinc ingots, which they'll go into this. Oh, we've got some quite clear glass here. Very nice. So I got that chest there. Let me put you away. Let's go back to here. What did I need for brass again? It was. Can I just craft this, or do I need to smelt it? So it's resistant to corrosion, apparently. Steam systems. So we'll come to that in a second once we've got a bit more. Once we've got some brass, I think. So we've got some zinc and some copper. So let's have a quick look at copper. There we go. Copper and brass. Can I craft it together, or does it need to be smelted? Right, let's have a look at brass. So brass ingot. Okay. So that's from Flaxbeard, but it's not really interesting. It's going to tell me how to smelt it. So 3 parts copper. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. Hang on. Let me get some more copper. Do I have to do... Nope, that's not going to work either. Interesting. So let's just get 3 parts copper and some brass. Oh no, I want zinc, don't I? Zinc. This is our first challenge, actually figuring out how to make this. So let's grab a bit more copper than that. There we go. Put you away for a second and grab a bit more. So I probably want to smelt this in a second. Let's put zinc. Oh yeah, so we can't actually do that for now. Let me take some of this out for now. We've also got some more zinc dust there. Let that smelt up. And then we'll try and actually make some brass. So if we can put copper in there. Nope, zinc will not go in there at all. Okay. Interesting. Can I do it in here? No. Very interesting. So it's not actually going to tell me how to make brass in this particular... So molten brass? No. Interesting. Brass plate? No. So this is our first problem we're running into. How the hell do we make brass with this? So what is this actually in? So we get brass ingots from that. Metal casting. Maybe we need to actually kind of do the... Okay, so we might need to work our way through there. But let's have a quick look. Go back to the basics quick. And we've got steam. So bits and bobs was the brass piston and the brass turbine. Okay, so we're going to need that later on. So steam systems. In my investigation into the inner workings of this world, I've happened upon a wondrous discovery. When heated, water becomes gaseous, producing white plumes of steam. Furthermore, when this process takes place in a contained system, the pressure increases. Using an assortment of pipes, tanks, and various machines, I can create a system to store, measure, and regulate this steam pressure in order to harness its potential energy to useful and profitable ends. However, the journey towards the invention of these components forced me to revise the way I thought of steam. I'd first realised that steam is not a liquid but a gas. Okay, okay, that's fairly just kind of wordy. I'll read that later. Pipe concealment. Okay, so apparently we can make pipe. So what we probably want to do first of all is, so in terms of making the boiler, we're going to need brass. But I think what we're going to need to do first is metal casting. So to use it, I place a ceramic crucible over a hot fire. I can then toss in various types of processed metal, but not ores. The metal will melt into a liquid and form into alloys if possible. Right-clicking on the crucible with an empty hand will pour this liquid metal into an adjacent mould. Okay, so it looks like we need some bricks. Let's get going. So we'll grab some bricks. There we go. So I think we can make ourselves a crucible like so. Fantastic. a nether crucible. So sometimes dumping a bucket of lava into my home is not exactly convenient. No matter, my new nether crucible, fueled by the infernal power of the nether, has no need for external heat. Okay, fair enough. So maybe we don't want an ordinary crucible, maybe we want a nether crucible. So let me have a quick look. Do I have any nether bricks? How many did I need there? Let me have a quick look again. Nether crucible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, so yeah, that's 7. Excellent. So let's smelt you up. Okay, yep, that is going to smelt up into nether bricks. Fantastic. Put that zinc away for now. Like I said, we're going to need to make these crucibles by the looks of things to actually kind of smelt it ourselves, because there's no other way of doing it. I'm guessing if we go back to like bits and bobs, that probably means crucible, I'm going to assume off the top of my head. So yeah, so let's grab the nether bricks and see if we can just, this is going to allow us to smelt up some brass without having to dump down lava. So if we put you down there, can I then get copper and zinc and go 1, 1, 2, 3? That work? Nope. Okay. So let me read this again. So crucible. So I can then I toss it in. I see. So if we 1, 2, 3. Right. So that's made brass. Fantastic. Right. So we need to look at mold blocks now. So the crucible is useless without a way to cast the melted metal into usable shapes. This is where molds. Sorry, I'm just trying to read a text from my wife, who's been travelling down to see her sister today, so I just want to make sure she's okay. Give me a sec. Yeah, she's fine. Right, so the crucible is useless without a way to cast the melted metal into usable shapes. That's where molds come in. Simply place a mold block with the open end facing a crucible. Right-clicking the mold block will open or close it. Right-clicking with a mold will place in the mold block. Right, so we need a mold block. So what was that again? It was so to make a mold we need bricks. Okay, let's get the bricks back out. I'm going to keep them on me for now. There we go. So we've got a mold. Control click to get information. Right, that's pretty cool. It just like takes you straight to the correct page in the book. That's pretty sweet. So right clicking the mold block will open or close it. Right clicking with a mold will place it. Oh, okay. So I'm a little bit confused here. So let me read this again. So simply place a mold block with the open end facing a crucible. Oh, no, that's not the right way around. Let me dig you up. There we go. That's the mold block now. Oh, that's really cool. You can like, open and close it. Interesting. So right-clicking the mold block will open or close it. Right-clicking with the mold will place it in the mold block. The mold can be removed by shift right-clicking. To cast metal, I first close the mold and pour in the liquid metal. Then I open the mold and retrieve my casted metal. Right. So now I need a mold. So mold can be placed in the mold block to set the output of the mold. Right-clicking with a carved or blank mold on a mold carver will Okay, so we need a blank mold, which is 2 bricks. There we go. 1 blank mold. This is really cool. I like this. This is really interesting mod. It's kind of almost like steampunky. It's fascinating. I've never done this. I've never used this mod before, and I thought it'd just be an interesting little diversion, maybe for a couple of episodes. It seems kind of techy, which is quite nice, because I've always been more into like tech mods than magic mods. So so we also need the carving table, which is an empty mold and planks. Right. So do that. So we need to put the mold in like that, and we get a carving table. Fantastic. So let me just clear you out. So we're going to need another mold. There we go. We place you down here for now. Can I then get a blank mold? So what kind of mold? We got a nugget mold, a plate mold, or an ingot mold. There we go. So if we can put that in there, we close it I think, then right. So it rotates like that. That's interesting. Let me dig you up then. Can I then place you down there, put the ingot in there, close it, then right click on the crucible. Okay, so that lost some brass. It formed an ingot. Oh, that is cool. I like that. That is really interesting. That is fantastic. And it's because it's a nether crucible, I don't have to heat it up either. And it spits out the brass ingot. That is really sweet. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so we've at least got some molding on the go, which is pretty cool. So let me just toss in a couple more of these, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 7. Okay, so we can't actually put in any more. So we've got some zinc, some brass, which is pretty cool. So we can just pour it out like that. Where'd it go? Did I get any? Oh, because it's got zinc in it as well. So I basically need to pour out the zinc before I can actually. So I'm actually going to get a brass one now. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty cool. I wonder if there's some way I can automate this with, like, I don't know, a couple of autonomous activators and like timing it or something like that. I don't know. Be interested to find out. So we've actually got ourselves some brass now, which is pretty cool. So plates. So using my new metal casting apparatus, I've devised a way to use the metals more efficiently. I'm able to cast metal plates at a fraction of the cost of an ingot. Oh, and these plates may be used in place of ingots in many instances. Oh, right, okay. So maybe I don't want all these brass ingots. Maybe I want to actually make plates. So we make another mold, like so. So we want a plate cast. There we go. So which is now got oops-a-daisy. So let me put you in like so, and then apparently I can now, if I take away, use an empty hand. So how much does that use? That use 6, which has made a brass plate. That's pretty cool. Okay, so apparently plates are better. So brass, like I said, was zinc and copper, and in the crucible. Cool, so at least we've figured that out. And gilded iron. I found a way to combine the sturdy composition of iron with the magical capabilities of gold. Gilding. I can cast iron ingots and tools with gold combine their abilities. Simply right-clicking on a crucible containing gold with an iron ingot will use up one of the nuggets worth of gold, leaving me with ingots that encompass the strength of gold and the enchantability of iron. That's pretty sweet. So gold and iron apparently makes gilded iron. Pretty sweet. So I think what we probably want to do, so we obviously want to get around to making like a rocket launcher at some point. So we've got an iron barrel, a blunderbuss barrel, wooden stock. Okay, so we'll get around to the weapons eventually, I think, but I also want to look at the steam power. So let's have a quick look at a boiler. So I've made a device that allows for the production of gaseous water, steam. If I insert water and fuel, steam will be produced. This steam can then be piped out of the top. Okay, so we've then got a flash boiler. It's interesting. So I'm wondering what I actually use the steam for. Maybe it's like the exosuit. I don't know. Or maybe I need to fill up my weapons with it. I'm not entirely sure. Let's make ourselves a boiler though. So what does the flash boiler do again? Let me have a quick look. So I set out to make something superior, the flash boiler. The flash boiler is constructed by placing its components in a 2x2 cube shape. I can then start to power it. The flash boiler consumes water and fuel at a rate tenfold that of the basic boiler, but its output is also tenfold. The flash boiler requires time to heat up and will not produce steam as quickly or efficiently until warmed up. Okay, fair enough. So I just need to like make some flash boiler components. We've then also got pipes, rupture disc. Oh, that's pretty cool. So to use the rupture disc, I simply place one on a machine or pipe that I fear may explode. It will pop before a critical pressure is reached, letting steam out. Of course, it will keep letting steam out until repaired by crafting with a zinc plate or right-clicking with a zinc plate. Okay, fair enough. So then we've got tanks, so we can actually make a steam tank. Pipes are great for transporting steam, but I've grown wary of refilling the boiler every time I need more. I've created tanks to remedy this problem. Okay, so steam filler. A filling pad. Oh, right, so I can actually make this exosuit. So that's probably something that... Oh, wow. So upgrades can be placed in the suit using an engineering table. First things first, I need to place a steam tank in the cuboid shape. So I'm wondering what kind of upgrades I can use. So we've got like different plates that we can put into it. Oh, wow. Apparently I can even put in things like... blood magic stuff. Got fiery aura, elementum. I think that's from Terra Steel. Oh wow! So we've got thormium one. Oh wow! This is really cool. Vanity slot. Ah, you can paint it as well. Power fist, awesome. I'm liking this. Thrusters, ooh. That can apparently backslot. Oh, we can make a steam jetpack and wings. Wow. Okay, this is pretty cool. So the steam powered chest. Oh my god, this seems amazing. I'm gonna have to have a play around with this. I want to look all steampunky and see if I can get like hard as nails. So yeah, this seems really cool. I might leave it here for now and maybe do a bit more of this in the next episode. So maybe start setting up maybe like a flash boiler or something like that, maybe to actually start producing some steam. Don't know. That's really steam heater. Now I can power furnaces using steam power using this nifty steam heater. Steam heat. Oh, that's pretty cool. What else have we got? A rock smasher. It's pretty cool. So yeah, this is kind of like a steampunky way of almost like doing your ores and stuff as well. It's pretty cool. What else we got? Pressure converter. Okay. Vacuum. Suck in all matter of things, outputting items in. Oh, that's really cool. So I think this is like really useful for like mob traps and things like that. So we've also got fans as well, so we can actually blow things. A thumper. The thumper is able to fracture the very earth itself, slowly eroding a ravine below it. The ravine won't be exposed to the surface, and the destroyed rock and oil will remain there, so I must find another way to collect the spoils. Eventually the thumper will slow and stop fracturing altogether. It should then be moved. Okay, that's pretty crazy. And then we possibly need some kind of like vacuum to suck it all up. Wow, I'm looking forward to trying out some of these things. It seems absolutely incredible, but yeah. So this is a quick introduction to Flaxbeard steam power. We're probably going to have a play around with this for the next couple of episodes. See if I can make myself like an exosuit, create like a flash boiler, create some steam, and then maybe see about using that steam to power a big turbine. So I will leave it here for now. As always, guys, don't forget to comment and like if you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.